Hello YouTube. I just wanted to do an update on my 36-gallon planted aquarium. It's been 9 months since I did an update on this aquarium, so it definitely is looking drastically different. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go take a look at the growth that I've seen since my very first, or I guess my second update on this aquarium. It is planted heavily. I took out all the Java moss because it just wasn't my thing. It gets everywhere. It's like a weed. It gets down in the grass. It gets back in between the crypt there and just underneath it. I did plant this Kumbomba a while ago and a bunch of them, but they're so fine. And I was running a power filter or a power head at the time, and they were just really unable to keep up with the flow, and they all died back, but this one's kind of coming back now. The jungle val has just taken over. It gets a little red hue, as you can see on the very tips. It's actually, I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually like growing across the top and towards the front. It actually died back as well when I was trying to use Indian tree leaves to lower the pH. Just was not having the change in water. And I'm sorry for it being so shaky here, but I had like one left, and I just let it go, and it just started sending runners everywhere. Stopped trying to mess with the water with the pH, and it just took over. I had to move it all to the back of the tank because it was just growing all throughout the front of the tank. This crypt was like 4 leaves when I got it. It's really pretty. It's like a dark purple, green color, the leaves are. And it was like 4 leaves, and it is just huge now. I moved all of the Bacopa over here. Also has a red tinge on it, and it's just taken off. The red fire sword here, also just taken off. I did move the other plant over to my 55-gallon, which I haven't done a video for yet, but it is a newer tank, probably not more than a few months old. I did add a sponge filter back there in the back as well to help keep the quality of the water. And I got all these little baby mollies swimming around, breeding in here. I'm just going to probably try and sell those to the local fish store to get a little cash to help me support this expensive hobby. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I mean, this tank is just stunning now. It's just a green glow. I did move that rock out. There was a rock I had in here in one of the videos, and it seemed to be like leaching copper or something into the tank, because I did try to use some cherry shrimp in here and they all died. I am going to be moving all these mollies into a 30-gallon and using this tank to breed endlers and cherry shrimp. So I'm going to have another go at all that, since this tank is now, almost a year old and pretty established. That's my goal for this tank. I do have now the 55-gallon right here. I will do a separate video on that. All the plants in that tank also came from this other tank. I just made clippings and put them in the sand there, using root tabs in the sand. Got the sand at Lowe's for like $5 for a 50-pound bag of pool filter sand, and then just use the root tabs to fertilize the soil. You can even see the crypts. These came off that big crypt you just saw. This is about how big that crypt was when I got it. Just explosive growth. And only thing that I'm using for this growth, like I'm not using CO2 or anything like that, is just this Flourish Excel, which I need to get more of. And then I do want to get more of the other Flourish products. I hear that they do really well with one another. Like there's one that basically acts as your substitute for CO2, which would be amazing, because I really don't want to go through like setting up a whole CO2 system. And then over here, 30 gallons, set up about a week ago. This is where the mollies are going to go. I'm also probably going to have set up another, like a big tank stand, and do maybe several 20 or 10 gallon tanks as well. Basically, I'm turning my little basement area down here into a fish room. So there's going to be a lot of videos to follow. If you guys have any questions at all, concerns, like anything that you'd like to answer, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm definitely going to try to be posting more videos as things develop. All right, thank you for watching.